Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope you all enjoyed a happy holiday season. We made it through 2018. Yay! Welcome to 2019. Happy New Year. 2018 was kind of rough. It was kind of rough. Lots of ups and downs with that 2 energy of balancing and a master number 11 year. So we were doing a lot of mastery of our emotions, mastery of our mind, mastery of the spiritual journey, and we made it through. So give yourself a pat on the back. I feel like I need a t-shirt that says I made it through 2018 on the twin flame journey. So I just want to start by saying a big warm welcome to all of you new subscribers. Just thank you so much for joining me in this journey, and it's just been wonderful connecting with all of you. Thank you to my longtime loyal subscribers. I've had my channel for like a year and a half now, and it's just blowing my mind how it's growing and how I'm developing beautiful relationships with some of you, and it's just such a joy to be able to do this work. And thank you all of you who have purchased readings, union coaching sessions. Again, I just really appreciate working with you and having you in my life and being able to serve and support you in your journey. And yeah, here we are, 2019. It just feels weird still to say that and to write it, but I like it. I like the vibe. I like the feel of it. 19 in the tarot deck is the Sun card. So I feel like this is a year where there will be a lot of things brought to light, a lot of illumination. It's also like the happy joy deck, or the happy joy card in the deck. So joy, beauty, light, warmth, feeling that golden sun shining on us. I do feel like more and more of us will be rising up in our mission, having the spotlight on us. The sun is also about getting in touch with your inner child and creativity and just feeling good in your skin and feeling free to be me, that kind of energy. So I think 2019 is looking pretty good. 2018, that was challenging. That was a master number 11 year. And 2019, when we add up the numbers, it's a 12 year. And that adds up to 3, or breaks down to 3. So 3 is a number that is all about collaboration and teamwork and building things in the physical 3D, building our dreams, building on our goals, building on our mission, creating and building and working with the divine and with our beloved and bringing it all together into the 3D. So I think 2019 is looking good. And so for today, I have a Twin Flame Collective reading for us to look at the energies of this first new moon that we are having in 2019, which is in the sign of Capricorn. 2019 and even I would say 2020 is going to be loaded with Capricorn energy. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I'm feeling this energy pretty strongly. Capricorn is all about hard work. Capricorn will put their heart and soul into their work. They will work with determination. It is symbolized with the mountain goat climbing the mountain. And that Capricorn energy will continue to take you up that mountain until you get to the summit, until you get to the top, where you can see the big vista and appreciate all of the hard work. You know, when you climb the mountain and you get to the top, you can relax and enjoy the beauty all around you. And that is the energy of Capricorn, working hard, getting to the top, getting that victory, and then enjoying the beauty and the abundance of your labor and your hard work. Capricorn is also a sign or an energy that is about commitment. So I do feel like this is a new moon with a partial solar eclipse. So I feel like with this Capricorn new moon, these energies that are coming in now are going to carry out through the first half of 2019. And we have this New Year energy, which is all about reassessing things, doing some review in our life, looking at our goals, looking at our dreams, looking at our desires, and really getting clear on what it is that we want to commit to. What do we want to commit to in terms of our goals and our dreams? What do we want to commit to in terms of our connection with our twin? What do we want to commit to in terms of our ascension journey and our spiritual path? What do we want to commit to in terms of our mission and how we want to serve others? So really taking time to evaluate that and assess that and start to create a structure. Capricorn is an earth sign, so it is all about structure and organization and creating that structure that is going to support us in building and collaborating and creating our dreams, making it real, making it manifest. So yeah, really powerful new moon to start off 2019. Let me take a look at my notes here. What else can I tell you about this new moon? Capricorn is also a sign that is about power and courage and leadership. So you may find yourself stepping into your power on even deeper levels, stepping into roles of leadership, initiating things, taking charge of things. Is a sign about discipline. Like I was saying, that mountain goat that's climbing to the top of the mountain, it needs discipline to do that. It needs that determination, that discipline, and it has that ability to create the structure through the discipline to manifest the dream. So this new moon is going to ask us to look at what old habits we have that are not aligned with our highest good, with our soul's truth, with our mission, with our goals and our dreams. And we're going to have to cut some things out and rearrange our life, our habits, our ways of being in the world so that it starts to align more and more with the path that is our true path of our soul. And we just had the North Node in Leo over the last year and a half, and now it's just moved into Cancer, and so the nodal axis is North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn. And so that Leo energy really helped us look into our hearts and helped break down the ego mind and look into our heart. And what we thought we wanted might look different now, because now we are looking into our heart. What does our heart want, not what does our ego want? And I'm seeing this coming through in the cards, so I'll go into that more. But now we have shifted out of Leo, so we've got the clarity in our heart. What is our vision? What is our desire? What do we want to create for our future? And now with Cancer in the North Node, Cancer is a sign that is a water sign about nurturing. And so how are we going to nurture our heart's desire? How are we going to nurture our dreams? And we have Capricorn on the South Node that is there providing the structure and the support to nurture our dreams and our goals and what it is that we want to commit to. Capricorn also rules the 10th house in the zodiac sign, or in the zodiac wheel. So 10th house is all about your career, your divine mission, your status in the world, status in society. It is about how you want to take your divine gifts and use those gifts to serve others. So yeah, I just feel like if I had to describe one theme for this new moon, it would be mission, mission, mission. So if you have already been on your mission, your individual mission, you might be feeling like upgrading that, or if you have kind of been wondering what your mission is, this is a good time to start to do more inner work or exploring, seeking guidance around what your mission is. Also, I really feel like, and I've seen in the private readings that I've been doing, a lot of twins are in a state right now of laying the foundation for their mission with their twin. So whatever you have been doing in your individual mission, you may start to find that things start shifting so that you can start to create the structure and the foundation for your mission. And I feel like 2020, we're going to have a lot more Capricorn energy even carrying us into 2020, and that is going to be a big year of mission for twin flames. So we're really shifting, and we're in this pivotal time right now of preparing for union, preparing for mission, laying foundations, and a lot of universal support coming in to guide us and to support us in starting to create this. And like I said, this Capricorn energy and this new moon energy, it's going to help us to cut out and clear away anything that is not aligned with our soul's truth, that isn't aligned with our soul's path, so that we can more fully step into our mission. The other really interesting thing that's coming up with this new moon, and I'm seeing this coming through the cards very heavily, is really creating our own set of rules, creating our own guidelines, creating our own truth, and really being that individual. And this is so what twin flames are here for, is we're here to break the rules. We are here to break the old paradigms. We are here to create the new. We are the pioneers that are creating this new divine love template. We are grounding this new template, and we are redefining things. And that's what we're all about. We are rebels, we are spiritual rebels that break the rules and set the new standard and pioneer new paths. So I just feel like this Capricorn energy is really going to support us as twins to start to lay those new foundations based on the new paradigm. So 2018, we were really deconstructing all the old paradigm, all of that up and down energy, and that master number 11 energy. That was really breaking down a lot of old structures that needed to go, that can't survive in the new divine love template. So now we are really sitting with these new paradigms that we have been dissolving and breaking down, and asking, how can we start to really bring in this new structure, this new set of codes, this new set of rules and guidelines of what is divine love, what is a relationship, and how are we going to redefine things and ground things and start to really embody this in the 3D. Let's see, I think I've covered most of everything. This new moon is at 15 degrees, which adds up to 6, and the energy of the number 6 is home, family, balance, that equal give and take energy, harmony, love. So really beautiful energy. There's also a lot of energy of responsibility here. So I feel like wherever we've been slacking, this Capricorn energy is not going to let us do that anymore. It's time to really, things are getting real for the masculine and the feminine. And yeah, it's just going to keep getting more and more real, especially as we approach 2020. So it's time. And again, I'm seeing all of this coming through the cards, so I will dive deeper into all of this. Yeah, no more wishy-washy, time to get serious, time to get real, time to really, put our nose to the grindstone and do some hard work here to really ground this new paradigm. And there's also some influence here with Pluto, so there could be more purging as we are going through periods of transformation and change. We might have to work on really releasing things, and that could be things in our physical world. Maybe relocating, maybe new job, maybe, you know, just making major life changes in order to be closer to our twin, or come into union with our twin, or whatever that might look like for you. But like I said, it's going to be cutting things out that don't align and letting things go and moving through major transformation and change. But it's all going to be with this beautiful alignment more and more with our soul's truth. We also have Mars in Aries right now. On New Year's Day, Mars went into Aries, which is its home sign. So that is very compatible fire energy that's going to really ignite 2019 and give us that masculine, passionate, fiery, powerful forward movement to start to initiate and take action and get into that leadership energy. And then we also have an aspect with Neptune, which is very feminine and dreamy, and Neptune is asking us to really go within and also to surround ourselves with beauty and the things that are going to support us in creating our dreams. Maybe it's creating a vision board, or getting some pretty flowers that inspire you, or just reorganizing your space so that it makes you feel happier, and surrounding yourself with things that inspire your soul and support you in creating this vision that you have for your life and for your union and for your mission. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good at the start of 2019 here. And with that being said, I will turn the camera towards the cards and we can dive into these messages. And it's another beautiful, powerful reading. The energies that we are in right now are just amazing. So as a card reader, I've seen the energies through the cards shift over the last year and a half, and it's just really beautiful to see each time I do a reading what is coming forward. So with that being said, I will turn the camera towards the cards and we can dive into these messages. So here we go. All right, so I've got all of the cards pre-shuffled, prayed over, laid out here. Let me get this more centered. Let's see. There we go. And as always, I will hold up the cards so you can see them. Let's see. I'm using a few different decks here. The blue cards are energy oracle cards that will show us the energies. I have the divine masculine energy on this side, the divine feminine energy on this side, and the union energy in the center. And the card deck, if you're interested, is the Energy Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. Clarifying the energy cards, I have the green cards here, which are from the Good Tarot, and that is by Colette Baron Reed. And then I will wrap up with some guidance from Spirit for us from the Wisdom of the Oracle, also by Colette Baron Reed. So, let's see, I do offer private readings too, so keep in mind that this reading is looking at the collective energy of the Twin Flame Soul Group. So this is a general reading. Some of it might resonate, some of it might not. If you do want to see the specific energies in your connection with your beloved, I do offer private readings, and you can visit twinsinunion.com. And I've got my menu of different spread options you can choose from on there. I will also put information in the description box, so you can check that out as well. I will say that right now I am booked through next week, and I am accepting bookings for the week of January 14th. So just keep that in mind. Right now my turnaround time is a little bit longer than usual, just from getting a lot of readings at the end of the year and then at the new year. So right now it would be January 14th or that week that you would get your reading. All right, so that being said, I will start with the energies on the bottom of the decks. These are energies that are like circumstantial energies surrounding our connections right now. You could kind of think of it like the weather that is surrounding us. So the bottom of the deck for the energy oracle is Door to Spirit. So with Door to Spirit, this is a new beginning. This is a passionate new beginning for the soul, for our spiritual path. It's like we have gone through a cycle of ascension and we are rising up now to a new level, moving through this gateway. And we just had the 1-1 portal on January 1st, and we are approaching the 1-11 portal on January 11th. And so it's powerful energy of new beginnings. It's the new year. So we are really in this place of upgrading and up-leveling, and that's that Capricorn energy too, like an elevation of status, an elevation of our ascension, graduating to a new level and opening new doorways, opening new opportunities on our spiritual path. I also just feel like this is a lot of spiritual awakening energy that we are in right now. A lot of spiritual awakening for both the masculine and the feminine. And we are being ignited in our souls to move up to new levels in our journey. And I'm noticing these clouds here, so it's like moving through clouds of confusion, moving through clouds of uncertainty, moving through clouds of darkness, fear, and elevating and rising above that. And there's all of these orbs of light surrounding this door that are the universal cosmic support that we have all around us, guiding us in this journey. Our angels, our guides, our ancestors, all supporting us, ascended masters, all working with us and guiding us. And like I was saying, this Capricorn energy, it's here to really push us through this doorway and align us more and more with the truth of our soul, coming into union within ourselves so that we can come into union with our beloved and coming into union with our mission and how we want to serve others. So really beautiful golden energy here. And with the dove symbolizes that peace and that harmony. And the dove is also one of the few animals that finds a life partner and they mate for life. So really beautiful energy surrounding us right now. And this is a number 32, which adds up to a 5. And 5 is that spiritual change and transformation, like I was describing earlier. There's going to be changes happening in our lives that are going to support us in creating that foundation for our union, that foundation for our mission. And we are rising up. So, yeah, we're ready to embrace these changes, embrace these new beginnings for 2019. And on the bottom of the deck of the Good Tarot, we have the Moon. So major arcana here. So strong universal energy guiding us and supporting us right now. And I like this moon on this card because it looks like a full moon, but then it also has like a crescent new moon inside of the full moon. So we are at this new moon in Capricorn right now, and at the new moon, this is when we are setting those intentions to manifest. It's a good time to write our intentions down. If you have a journal, make it really concrete, or if you like doing a vision board, it's a really powerful time of manifestation. And what do we want to create? And we are receiving all of this Capricorn energy right now that is igniting us to get into work mode, to start you know, getting into action and starting to really do the 3D physical nose to the grindstone, roll up our sleeves and put things into action to create our dreams. And like I said, this is a partial solar eclipse, so this energy is going to carry us through the first half of 2019. And the moon is that feminine energy. So like I was saying, we have the North Node in Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, and it's that very feminine energy. And it is about nurturing and really getting in tune with what you feel. How do you feel? And this is about creating a future and building dreams that are based on our heart's desire, on how we feel in our soul, how we feel in our heart. This is not creating goals and dreams based on ego. I want to be famous. I want to be rich. You know, that's not where this is coming from. This is coming from the depths of our soul's truth. And just nurturing that and honoring that and being in that beautiful feminine energy. So, yeah. And then I just thought I would share the bottom of the deck of the Wisdom of the Oracle. Too, we have all the glitters. And I feel like this is significant with this gold and with the masks. And it's just like what I was saying. This is a card about breaking free from the ego, taking off the mask that is the ego, that is, oh, I'm going to do what society wants me to do because I want to be accepted by others. And twin flames are, like I said, we are the spiritual rebels. We are going to go against the grain. We are going to do things differently. We are about breaking free from those things that the ego looks at that's bright and shiny, like the glitter, and the things that society says is valuable. And we are redefining all of that. We are taking these masks off, not only for ourselves, but for all of humanity. And we are redefining what glitters. We are redefining what gold is. We are looking at gold in the divine sense, in the sense of what is true for the heart and the soul. And that is what the real gold is. That is the divine light of gold. And we are breaking free from the ego version of gold that says things that are sparkly and, you know, cost a lot of money and project a false image. Those things are coming down. That can't survive anymore. So I feel like there's two masks here. So I feel like this is both the feminine and the masculine taking off their mask and really being raw with each other, really being real with each other, and not hiding behind a version of themselves that they think they need to be in order to be loved and accepted. That is being removed now. And this is a number 16. So we add the 1 and the 6 and we get a 7, which is the number of the soul, the number of the spiritual path. And like I keep saying, I probably sound like a broken record, but this energy we are in right now, it's going to align us with our soul, and there's going to be transformation, and it might feel uncomfortable. But ultimately, when we get through that transformation, that is where the true joy is. And with the moon card here, there might be unknowns. There might be things that are uncertain. There might be things that are unclear. There might still be things that are hidden. But I really feel like we are moving out of that energy. And like I said, this is the year of the sun. So things are going to be illuminated. Things will come to light, and we will start to see the path more clearly. And part of that is going to require us to remove the mask, because if we are hiding behind the mask, then we are going to remain in this energy of the unknown and darkness and not seeing things clearly. So it's time to take off the mask, and I'm just noticing how all three of these cards have very similar colors. a lot of blue and a lot of gold. So I see the gold as being that Christ light, that Christ consciousness that is entering into our hearts, expanding our hearts, opening us up to receiving divine guidance, to grounding this divine light, this divine love. And with the blue corresponds with the 5th chakra, which is communication, the throat chakra. So I do feel like there's communication that is going to happen for twins, especially over the course of the next 6 months with this eclipse energy, where it's going to be communication that is asking us to take the mask off, to be vulnerable, to be real, to be raw, and to really open up to each other. So yeah, really powerful underlying energy around us right now as we are kicking off 2019. Okay, so I will start with the divine masculine energies. And so I asked Spirit, what is the divine masculine thinking regarding his connection with his beloved divine feminine? And the card that came up is Goddess of the Moon. So we have 2 moon cards coming up right away here. What I'm getting with this is that when the divine masculine is thinking about his connection with his divine feminine, he is really looking to his intuition, which is not typical for the divine masculine. He's usually, like I said, very analytical, very logical, very oriented in the thinking mind. So it's interesting to see this more feminine, intuitive, lunar energy showing up in the divine masculine's thinking space. Like I said, with the moon, there can be this sense of uncertainty, things that are still in the dark, trying to find the light in the darkness. This goddess is reaching up to the light of the moon. So I feel like the divine masculine is in this place of inner reflection and contemplation and just really thinking about the connection a lot from this very intuitive space and really seeking like higher guidance and higher wisdom and reaching for that intuitive light that is shining within him about this connection and how to navigate this connection. And I'm noticing this waterfall that is behind the goddess. And water represents emotions. So I do feel like this is something that he's thinking about that is very emotional for him, or very tied to how he feels about the connection, where he is, again, really going into his emotional body and looking at this connection from a place that is including how he feels. And in the past, the divine masculine was very cut off from his intuition, very cut off from his emotions. So I just see this as progress for the divine masculine. And like in the last reading that I did, we really saw a huge heart opening happening for the masculine as a collective. So I feel like this is beautiful energy showing up in his thinking space as a result of that major heart opening that he had. And I had multiple emails from divine feminines telling me their divine masculine really expressed a feeling or really opened up to them or made some kind of a gesture that was very warm and heartfelt. And so it was just beautiful to receive those messages and to know that this really, really is happening for the masculine in the collective. So yeah, really beautiful energy. And this is a 52, so 5, again, is that energy of change and transformation and moving through a challenge. So I feel like this is challenging for the masculine. This is a new territory for him to be in, of really starting to make decisions and think about things by including his feminine side, by including his intuition, and including this softer side of himself, including his feelings. And with a 2, that is the energy of the divine partnership, the energy of making choices, finding the balance in things. And we add the 5 and the 2 and we get a 7, which is that spiritual path. So the moon is also representative of the soul. So he is including his heart, his emotions, his soul in how he's looking at the connection, how he's thinking about the connection, how he's making decisions within the connection. Following the truth of his soul's path. And clarifying the goddess of the moon for what the divine masculine is thinking, we had a few cards pop out of the deck. So I'm going to start with this one. This is the 8 of Earth. And so this is that card that is about doing the hard work, putting in the effort. This is a card that is about apprenticeship and learning and growing. And we see how this, I think it's a cello. I'm not a musician, but I think that's a cello. And it has a tree trunk for its, for the handle there. And then there are these pentacles that are growing out of it. So this is the divine masculine really thinking about putting in the hard work. This is a card about apprenticeship and skill. So it's like he has gotten to this point where he is ready to really work hard for this connection. And this is perfect for this Capricorn new moon, working hard, putting in the effort. And this is Pentacles, so this is effort in the 3D of really doing what it takes. And then we have the 8 of Air. So this is interesting. We have an 8 and an 8, 88. And 8 is about powerful movement forward and moving forward movement, things, building momentum. So with the 8 of Air, the divine air is mental energy. So the divine masculine is in a place of feeling some mental entrapment or feeling mentally stuck, like just really trying to like figure things out, like it's a puzzle that he has to like, you know, contemplate about and carefully plan and organize, and to not get stuck in fears or illusions or that kind of energy, but to break free from that. Whatever could be mentally keeping him stuck or held back. And yeah, so it's like in order to do the work, and maybe this is part of the work, is breaking free from the mental entrapment and illusion. And that can be associated with the moon too. Fears, illusions, having uncertainty, not feeling clear about things. So I just feel like the masculine is in this place of deep contemplation and really working on breaking free of any fears and uncertainties and illusions, that mental entrapment that could be holding him back. And that's part of that Capricorn energy too, of like breaking free from restriction and doing the hard work. And I feel like this is part of the divine masculine's work right now. Break free from the mental entrapment in order to move forward and start to build and do the work with his feminine. So a lot of work here, breaking free and putting forth effort. And once the masculine accomplishes this, then it leads to this 10 of water. This is the emotional fulfillment, the bliss, the joy. This is what he's got on his mind. He wants this. He knows it's there for him with his feminine. And he wants it. He sees it. It's in sight. But there still is just a little work of overcoming the fears and illusions. But this is what he's going for, and he knows it's there for him. He's just got to break free from some of these old mental patterns that could be holding him back. But he is ready to put forth the effort and do the work in order to achieve this bliss, this joy, this emotional fulfillment. It's like on the horizon now. He can see it, and he knows it's there for him, and he's willing to do whatever work he needs to do to get there. So beautiful energy, and really in line with this Capricorn new moon of breaking through the fear and doing the work. So then I asked Spirit, what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart regarding his connection with his feminine at the time of this new moon? And a couple cards came up. We have first chakra, Archangel Michael, and then we have contract. So I'm going to read Archangel Michael here first. So we have Archangel Michael with his gorgeous six-pack of abs. Yes, one of my favorite cards in this deck. And yeah, Archangel Michael is one of the main archangels that is supporting twin flames. He oversees missions, and twin flame is a mission. So he is here showing up in the divine masculine's heart, and I feel like this is a couple of different messages I'm getting. One is this is the divine masculine really feeling this strength and really stepping into this warrior-like energy in his heart. I'm really feeling a lot of that Mars and Aries energy that I mentioned in the intro, where this is the divine masculine really feeling ignited with that fire, that drive, that passion. This is a card of leadership, taking charge, initiating things, making things happen. So yeah, very strong, solid masculine energy coming through here, where it's just like the masculine has a goal in mind and nothing is going to stop him from achieving that. We see Archangel Michael has his sword of truth here, and the masculine is aligning with his truth and his heart, and he is going to use this sword to cut out anything and everything that is standing in his way of achieving his goal. And again, this is just that powerful Mars and Aries energy, ambition, drive, passion. Just look at all of this beautiful fiery red energy and this golden light coming through in this card. And he's got like those leather wrists, I don't know what you call those things, but he's got like leather on, like tough, strong, tough, just, yeah, really beautiful masculine energy here, the divine masculine energy. This is also a card that, relates to the first chakra. So this is that energy of strength and stability and security. So I feel like the masculine is feeling in his heart, like emotionally, feeling secure, feeling stable, feeling really strong and solid. So really beautiful, powerful energy coming through here. And this is a 35, which is another 8, and we just had the 2 8s showing up in his mental space. So that's 888. And that is a number of, like I said, powerful forward movement. It's also a number of abundance and using that sword to cut out anything that's standing in his way so that he can move forward. And then the other card is contract. So this is moving forward towards this commitment, towards a soul contract with his feminine, completing this mission, this twin flame mission that his soul has incarnated here in this lifetime to fulfill. And really moving towards balance, moving towards harmony. I feel like some divine feminines, some divine masculines, well, speaking in general, the divine masculine throughout his journey, he has been working on breaking down the masculine template, which is breaking free from a lot of the ego-based thinking, breaking free from the patriarchal patterns, the patriarchal templates. And in that process, the masculine has done things in the connection that have made things out of balance, where the scales got off balance. So in whatever way that shows up in your connection, I feel like this is the divine masculine aligning with his true divine masculine essence after he has cut through a lot of the old divine masculine template, all of the old egoic patterns, things that have not been serving him. And now in his heart, he is feeling ready to take charge, step into his role as a divine sovereign being, and rebalance the scales to make things right in the connection again. To really bring, I'm just thinking of justice here, bring justice into the connection, bring balance and harmony into the connection, restore things to a place of equilibrium in the connection. And with her wearing all white, it's coming from this really pure place in his heart and from his soul. So it's very sincere, it's very genuine, and it's really beautiful. It's the divine masculine really stepping into his truth and authenticity, and really owning his divine masculine essence, really rising up into the truth of who he is. And with contract, this could be some divine masculines wanting to make a commitment to their feminine, if that's where you are in your journey. Again, this is a general reading, but I do just feel like in general, this is the masculine as a collective wanting to bring harmony and balance and equilibrium back into the connection from a place of purity of heart and soul. So really beautiful energy in the heart here. And to further clarify that, a couple of cards came up for clarification. This Seven of Fire, I felt like really went with the Archangel Michael card. And this is just such perfect Capricorn energy with this Seven of Fire, because like I was describing the mountain goat that climbs the mountain to get to the top, here we have a unicorn depicted here. And so this unicorn is like that mountain goat. This unicorn has worked really, really hard to get to the top, and it's just like rising up with joy and like, I did it, I made it, I'm rising up. And this is a card about that status, elevation of status, and you see how he's elevated. So I just feel like this is the divine masculine just in his heart, really being that strong, stable, divine masculine that is ready to level up, that is ready to step it up. And with the Seven of Fire, this is also a warrior card. It's associated with the energy of the warrior. So again, it perfectly fits with this Archangel Michael card, where the masculine is really stepping into his spiritual warrior energy, and he's ready to really do what it takes to climb to the top of that mountain and get to the top, to get to the victory. This is also a card about removing obstacles. And so, like I said, he's going to use this sword of truth to cut away and clear away all of the obstacles that are standing in the way. He's got this goal in mind of this partnership. Some kind of a partnership, some kind of a commitment, some kind of restoring harmony within the connection, and nothing's going to stand in his way of achieving that. And so then with the clarification for the contract card, we have the Page of Water. So the Page of Water is some kind of offer of love. Water is emotion. Water is associated with love. And this is the page. So this is like a new trajectory. This is a new, like a pivot and moving in a new direction. And so this is the initiation. This is the beginning of some kind of an offering of a heartfelt offering of love or commitment or something that's kind and generous and from the heart, from the emotions. So that we have clarifying this contract. So again, just really beautiful, strong, powerful, genuine, authentic, heartfelt energy here for the masculine. So then I asked Spirit, what comes to mind when the masculine thinks of his divine feminine? So we had two cards pop out, and we have attachment and storm warning. So as you can see, both of these cards are very gray and kind of have a gloominous doom look to them. So it's really interesting. We have a lot of powerful cards in the mental space and in the heart space. And now this is what is coming up when the divine masculine thinks of his feminine. So when we look more closely at these cards with the attachment, I feel like this is the divine masculine really wanting to take that mask off. So like I said in the beginning, we have two masks showing up here. And I feel like this is tied in with this attachment card, where the masculine has gone through some kind of enlightenment or awakening or revelation or aha moment that he's been chasing after something false. He's been chasing after the glitter. He's had an idea in his ego about what relationships were and what they should look like and what love was and how love should look and how it should be projected out into society, and it was based in these egoic things of the glitter, the gold, the sparkle, the money, the status, the wealth, the job title, the power, like the false patriarchal kind of power. And this is all an illusion. And I feel like what's coming up when the masculine is thinking about his feminine is this realization that he's been chasing after something false. He's been chasing after an illusion. He's been chasing after something that isn't real, that isn't true love, whatever this idea is that he's had for however many years. That is coming off. It's like the mask is coming off, and he's been chained to these old thought patterns, to the ego mind, and he's really been breaking free from that and opening up to where he has been wearing a false mask, where he hasn't been genuine, where he has been hiding behind a false self that hasn't been his true self. So I feel like when he's thinking about his feminine, he's really thinking about taking off that mask and being real and being vulnerable and being genuine and just revealing his true raw self. And by doing that, by taking that mask off, that is going to help cut that chain and help him break free. And we have another 5 here. So 5 is a challenge. It's coming up against that challenge and bringing change and transformation. It is a number of freedom and liberation. So I feel like the masculine is just really tired, like just literally exhausted of being chained to all of this conditioning that has held him back, that has kept him in this false version of himself that isn't really him. And it just feels so liberating and freeing to just be like, screw all of that. I'm going to be me. I'm going to show my real face now. I'm going to be authentic. So it's time. It's time. And with the storm warning, this is the masculine knows that he has a very challenging, it could be a conversation or some kind of a coming to truth with the feminine. And it's not going to be easy for him. It is going to require him to break through a lot of old conditioning, old patterning, illusions, fears, doubts, insecurities that have held him back. So it feels like this is like the tower energy. It's just like he knows taking off this mask is going to really be like a huge shift, a huge storm, if you want to call it that, that is just going to clear out everything of who he projected himself to be, and it's going to leave what is strong and real, like these pillars that are still standing here. Whatever is strong and real and true about him will be what he reveals, will be the truth of what stands, what remains after this storm sweeps through. But I just feel like this is a very powerful, very emotional, very intense, very possibly confrontational kind of conversation that he's thinking about with a feminine, where it's going to be a huge shift or a huge change. But ultimately, even though it could be really uncomfortable for him, he's taking his mask off. And like they say, the truth will set you free. So even though this feels really uncomfortable, it is going to be liberating, and it is going to be freeing, and it's going to leave whatever is solid to create a whole new foundation from that place. Because whatever was in the past was not built on a really solid foundation. And with the Archangel Michael card in first chakra, this is foundations. This is building that really solid foundation from the ground up. And so it's breaking free from everything. And just like I said, twin flames are here to break down the old paradigm and create a new foundation, create our own set of rules and guidelines for how we want to create divine love, how we want to ground that. So I feel like this is just ripping away, tearing out, destroying everything from the connection and from the false self that the masculine has been projecting, and all of that just being destroyed. Like just the past, like just wiping out the past, like this tornado coming through, clearing out the past. And everything that is true and strong and solid that is going to remain standing to start to build a new foundation. And this is a 10, so this is a completion. This is a cycle that the divine masculine knows he needs to complete with his feminine. And it's going to bring closure to a huge cycle that needs to come to an end in order to create the new beginning with the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And the 0 represents the energy of the universe coming and assisting in sweeping out and clearing out what is not serving us in order to create this new beginning, this new foundation that's going to be solid. So I have a couple of clarifying cards here I will touch on. This, I've kind of touched on it already, but I think this is significant because we have a 5 here and we have the Hierophant, which is also a 5. So 2 5s coming up against challenges and powerful change and transformation in order to break free. And the Hierophant is all about conditioning, societal conditioning, conditioning from family, religion, school, academics, work, just all of that stuff that is put on us about who we should be, how we should think, what we should do, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. what we should think, what we should feel in order to be accepted and loved in society. And the divine masculine is tearing all of that down in order to create the new template that's based on divine love. And like I said, it's like this chain represents all of this conditioning that the Hierophant is here. And then we are going to have this destruction where everything's cleared out that has to go. And we are going to create the new framework, the new structure, the new set of rules, the new guidelines, the new codes for the new foundation that we're going to build with our beloved. So really powerful. And then the other card that came out is the Ace of Earth. So this is so perfect because this is a 10 and then we have the Ace. And like I said, this is completing in order to start the new beginning. And this is the new beginning, this Ace of Earth. So the Earth being the physical, tangible, solid, real, 3D new beginning that we are grounding and creating this new foundation for. And the stag is a symbol of serenity and peace. So even though this looks really scary, thunder, lightning, tornado, rain coming in sideways, you know, it's kind of a scary energy to come up against. But ultimately, it's leading to this new beginning that's going to be peaceful, that's going to be harmonious, that's going to be serene, that's just going to have this solid nature, like he's standing on solid ground, and he's just standing tall and confident and secure and just really grounded and knows who he is. So I feel like this is the energy that the masculine is moving into when he breaks free. So yeah, the masculine has a lot on his mind right now. He's really up against some challenging energies, but he's strong. He's got this support with Archangel Michael here. He's stepping into that warrior energy and he's going to break through it. So yeah, just really powerful stuff coming through. But all leading to these really positive changes. And it can feel uncomfortable when we are going through it. Just like I was saying, we are aligning with the truth of our soul, and it can feel like an uncomfortable process, like the butterfly starting to break out of the cocoon. He has to do that very, very carefully. He has a teeny weeny tiny little hole, and he has to go very slowly and very carefully and very gently, otherwise he could damage his wings and then he wouldn't be able to fly. He would essentially die if he moved through that little hole too fast. So I feel like this is where the masculine is right now, and it feels very delicate, but at the same time he has a lot of strength supporting him and backing him to make this transformation happen, to be successful. So, all right, let's see what's going on with the Divine Feminine. What is she thinking regarding her connection with her masculine? And a couple of cards came up. We have Angel of Strength and the Yin Yang. So what I'm getting with this is that the Divine Feminine is in this place of, she has a sense or a knowing or just an intuition of some cycle closing out. Like this is about cycles and completion. And so in her mind, there's just like this inner knowing or this inner sense of some kind of a chapter coming to a completion, a cycle, and that this is going to require some strength. I feel like this could relate back to what the Divine Masculine is thinking about when he's thinking of his feminine, and that this is the Divine Feminine picking up on this, where she knows something is coming that's going to require her to really be courageous and strong and feel that fierceness and that courage in her heart. This is also my union card in this deck. So I do feel like for some divine feminines, and again, this is general, so some divine feminines are sensing that union is coming, that union is around the corner. And this is going to require great spiritual strength and courage for this to come together. And especially if this storm warning happens with her masculine, that this is something that she is really preparing for mentally, because this, with just like I said, this is like the Tower. So there could be huge major shifts happening for the divine feminine as a result of this storm sweeping through. And she's preparing for that spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and just really getting into her own energy of that warrior, that inner spiritual rebel. Really taking good care of herself, nurturing herself, eating well, getting good rest, and just kind of in a preparation mode, a place where she is preparing to receive, and she's preparing to move into a place of greater harmony and balance as well. This is a card of the masculine and the feminine uniting and coming together, with the feminine represented in this white swirl with the fiery orange masculine dot, and then the masculine here with the fiery orange swirl with his cool watery feminine dot, and the two of them coming together as one. This could, for some of you, be a spiritual union that is happening, and spiritual strength to continue to forge ahead in this journey, finding that mental endurance to stay on the path and continue to move towards more and more union, whether that's spiritually, energetically, or physically. This is a 50, so another 5. We had so many 5s in December, and the 5s are still here. So coming up against a challenge, facing that challenge, and really transmuting it, changing it, transforming it into something positive. And this just reminds me so much of the Strength card in the traditional tarot deck too. So the feminine here is taming the lion energy, taming the masculine that is based in the ego, or just those fears, the things that make us feel insecure. And so this feminine energy is here to tame that, to soften that, to use her feminine goddess energy to support the masculine, and bring this sense of strength to him through her calming, nurturing energy. And then this is a 22. So 22 is a number of divine union, sacred union. It is the masculine, like I said, the masculine and feminine coming together in union. It is the 11 plus the 11. And when you add the 2 and the 2, you get a 4. So that is that solid foundation that I was describing earlier, where we are creating new foundations, new structures, new guidelines for our connections. So really beautiful energy there, and clarifying the strength and the yin-yang for what the feminine is thinking is justice, which is a number 11 card. So a lot of 11-11 energy showing up here. And this is that balance, that harmony being restored. And this ties in with what the masculine is feeling. So there's some mirroring happening here with The masculine is thinking about this balance, this harmony, this partnership, and the feminine is thinking about things being restored to a place of balance and harmony and equilibrium, truth. Yeah, so I feel like this is what she's got on her mind, is bringing justice, fairness, equality into the connection again. So then I asked Spirit, what is the Divine Feminine feeling regarding her connection with her masculine? And we have 7th chakra with Archangel Uriel. So I feel like the Divine Feminine is really going deep in her heart and seeking spiritual guidance, really wanting to connect with the divine, connect with her higher self, connect with higher wisdom and guidance regarding her connection with her masculine, and just really, being in that place of higher wisdom, higher understanding. She has this big book that she's holding in her hand here. So I feel like this is the book of spiritual knowledge, wisdom, and guidance that the Divine Feminine has acquired throughout her journey, where in her heart now she has this deeper wisdom, deeper knowing, deeper understanding, spiritual understanding for the connection. And she's just really in this high vibration in her heart. This is the crown chakra, so she's wearing this crown, which is her connection to divine source energy. So she's just very connected with that divine source energy of spirit in her heart. Archangel Uriel is also known as the flame of God. So I feel like this is the Divine Feminine really feeling the flame for her twin in her heart, that she knows that this is a spiritual connection, this is her truth, this is a higher calling for her, and she's just really aligned with source energy in her heart right now. And 41 adds up to a 5. So there's this beautiful change and transformation happening in the Divine Feminine's heart that is opening her up to seeing her masculine and perceiving the connection from this place of higher wisdom and understanding. And it is hard, and we go through days where we're not feeling connected, and I feel like this new moon energy that's coming in can help support the feminine in reconnecting with the divine. And we have to remember that too. It's the Trinity. It's the divine plus the feminine plus the masculine. That is the Trinity. And when we forget the divine in our connection, we can get off balance. And we start looking to the masculine for everything, and we have to reshift our focus and remember spirit and connect with spirit and connect with that divine energy. And that is our source. That is our GPS for the spiritual journey, for love, for abundance, for our everything. So just remembering the power of spirit in our connection and in this journey and in being our best version of ourselves. And clarifying Archangel Uriel, we have 7 of air. So I feel like this is mirroring what's happening in the Divine Masculine's heart, where the Divine Feminine is, and oh my gosh, I just had a huge aha moment. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so the masculine has the 1st chakra, Archangel Michael, in his heart, and the feminine has 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So beautiful mirroring happening here, where the masculine is really connecting with that earth energy, that grounded energy, that fierce warrior energy, strength, stability, security in his heart, and really grounding the connection. And the feminine is very open spiritually and very connected to source energy and the divine. So the feminine is bringing the spiritual energy from the heavens into the connection, into her heart. And the masculine is taking this spiritual energy that the feminine is bringing in and grounding it into the physical earth plane, and helping to ground the union, ground the connection, ground the divine love template. So they're working as a team in their hearts and really bringing in this powerful new template of divine love and grounding that into the 3D. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's just so cool. The other mirroring that I'm seeing happening here is with the clarifying cards. We have 2 sevens, 7, 7. So masculine in his first chakra, really grounding the connection. Feminine, really spiritually open, bringing in the divine for the masculine to then ground into the physical. And with the 77, this is the soul, this is the spiritual path, this is the spiritual mission. So the twins are doing an excellent job of teamwork here, where they are both really aligned with their soul and with their twin flame mission, and really grounding the connection. And both of these cards are about breaking free from conformity, not conforming with society. So both twins are so dedicated and so aligned with their soul's truth and their soul's mission that nothing is going to stand in their way. This card is about removing all of the obstacles so that you can get to that victory at the top of the mountain. You're not going to let anything block your path from getting to the top of the mountain, to achieving the goal, to achieving this divine mission. And the feminine this is about breaking free from that conditioning, breaking free from what other people are saying. I'm just noticing this card, it's like all these geese are surrounding her, and I just am like hearing like chirp, 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 like all these voices all around the feminine that are just like, oh, you should forget him, he's just been so hot and cold, or oh, you should do this, or oh, you should do that. And you know, telling the divine feminine she should just forget about her masculine, he's no good, blah, 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 or family that disapprove of him, or whatever, or, you know, whatever the case might be for your situation, the feminine is just like, I am doing my own thing. I'm stepping into my truth. I'm honoring my individuality here, and I'm going to break free from everything that all of you are saying, because this is my spiritual path, this is my journey, this is my truth. So, you know, forget you. I'm living my life and I'm doing my thing, and nothing is going to stop me from being aligned with my truth spiritually. I'm not going to listen to all of you naysayers that are telling me what I should and shouldn't do. I'm going to honor what the divine is telling me and listen to that in my heart. And I'm noticing these 2 doves here. So I feel like this is the feminine and masculine. Like I was saying, doves mate for life. They find their partner and they mate for life. And the divine feminine just really honoring that in her heart, honoring her spiritual path and her truth. And both the feminine and the masculine are clearing all of the obstacles and breaking free from all of the naysayers and societal conditioning, and they are doing what it takes to bring this union into the 3D. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's see what comes to mind when the feminine thinks of her masculine. And we have Magician and the Mirror. So a card of manifestation and creation. So I feel like when the divine feminine thinks about her masculine, she's really thinking about what she wants to create in the future. What does she want this union to look like? What does she envision for her and her masculine to be doing for their mission? What dreams and goals do she and her masculine share that they want to pursue together? Like, she's just really coming into this place as a divine co-creator with the universe. And this is a card of alchemy, and we see the masculine energy in this hand and the feminine energy in this hand. And the magician has the power to use both of these forces of energy, the masculine and the feminine, to create amazing, powerful, beautiful things. And the mirror here is the reflection of seeing that reflected back to you from all around you. Signs, synchronicities, whatever your intention is, putting that out there and seeing that reflected back to you. And working with the universe, working with your guides, working with your divine team, working with spirit, and really tapping into your inner creative gifts and your psychic abilities, or whatever your passion is, whatever your thing is, really bringing that to life. And this is this beautiful Capricorn energy I was describing, where we are aligning with our truth and our soul, and we are aligning with our mission, and we are seeing our gifts. We are fulfilling this twin flame mission, and we are starting to really make things happen, to create, to build, to partner, to collaborate. So I just feel like this is the feminine, just really in this creative space. And right now, maybe it's just envisioning and dreaming and being in that place of coming up with concepts and ideas, and everything starts with an idea, an inspiration. So starting to work with that and starting to create the structure and the steps to build upon that and to start to make it real. 53, so another 5. Transformation, change, alchemy, transmuting things. And 3, that's that energy of the partnership, the collaboration, the building, the trinity, the bringing in the divine energy and starting to really make things happen. And clarifying the magician, we have the 9 of fire and the 7 of earth. So I feel like this is the divine feminine when she's thinking about her masculine. She's really in this place of reflection and assessing things and evaluating things. And just like I said, she's envisioning the future, really thinking about what it is she wants to create with her masculine, assessing, evaluating, looking back at the past, asking herself how she wants to invest in a new foundation with her masculine. What does that look like? What are her needs? What are her boundaries? What agreements need to be put in place? And just getting like really clear and really working with the art of co-creation and manifestation. The 9 of fire also is a card that is about perseverance. So I feel like spiritually the divine feminine might be feeling really exhausted right now. Like she's just really been through a lot. 2018 was tough. And so she's in this reflective place right now, like looking back at the past, looking back at interactions with her masculine and things that played out in the connection, and where she's at now and where she was then, and what she could have done differently and what she wants to do differently in the future, because she's a different person now. This 9 of fire here, fire represents the soul journey. And 9 is like coming to a completion or nearing the completion. So I feel like the Divine Feminine has really been through a lot, and she's ready for that new beginning. And she's just looking back at the past and thinking about this new foundation and this new beginning and what needs to be put in place to create her vision, and what boundaries does she need to have, or what agreements need to... I like the word agreements better, because boundaries sounds like putting up walls, and we don't want to do that. We want to be open, that open, receptive, feminine, soft feminine energy, and have like that flexibility. We don't want to put up a huge barrier. So what agreements do we need to put into place so that we can honor our needs and we can honor our masculine's needs? And yeah, just really, this is a card about planting seeds and harvesting. And the new moon is where we are planting the seeds and setting intentions and dreaming and envisioning. So I think this is a really beautiful energy here. And I'm just noticing too that we have a 7 here representing the soul's path, the spiritual path. We have 8, 5 and 3 add up to 8 in the Magician. And we have 9. So we have 7, 8, 9. So there's a beautiful progression of energy happening here, and I just feel like the feminine is really moving into a place of momentum and rising up in her power, and yeah, just really getting clarity about who she is and what she wants and what works for her and what doesn't work for her, and what her vision is, what she wants to create. Okay, so let's take a look at the energy of the union. And a couple of cards popped out. We have Broken Heart and 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So this is powerful energy. I'm starting to feel a little emotional looking at this, feeling the energy of these two cards. This is what I'm getting here, is the masculine and feminine coming together and having some kind of communication about maybe something that was heartbreaking in the past, something that created a separation or a split, or there's a teardrop here, something that was very sad, something that brought sadness, separation, misunderstanding, conflict, heartbreak. And it's time to take off the masks, and it's time to have a conversation. Again, I feel like this is relating back to this storm warning, and I feel like this is something from the past, and the feminine and masculine coming together and bringing this justice, fulfilling this contract, this partnership, and healing this heart, healing the separation, healing the past, healing the sadness, healing the pain, healing the regret, healing the loss, healing the abandonment, healing the rejection. Yeah, it's just, whew. This is a powerful, powerful conversation that I'm picking up on here, and it's going to be very healing. And we have angelic support. I feel like Archangel Gabriel is supporting the twins in this conversation, as well as other archangels and guides. We have a lot of support here. Archangel Shamuel is another archangel that supports twin flames with the heart, and heart healing, compassion, understanding, divine love. So this is powerful. I can really feel this in my heart right now, and it feels It feels very genuine and very sincere. It's healing this heart to bring in divine love, to have that understanding and that to open up the connection in a whole new way again, to heal it, to be on equal footing, to be on the same page. And the power of words, and the words carry energy. So if this is something that comes up for you, whether that's now or over the next 6 months, if this solar eclipse energy with this new moon is carrying out over the next 6 months, if this conversation comes up for you, remember the power of words. And words have energy. And what words are you going to choose consciously from a higher place? What energy are you going to bring into your connection to heal this heart? And just remember that words can be weapons, or words can heal wounds. That's very key. So I'm just feeling guided to say that. And just being really gentle with each other. I just feel the masculine especially feeling very tender and very raw. So gentleness. And I'm noticing we have 2 9s here. 99 is a number of mission, higher calling, the twin flame mission, fulfilling that. And 3, that number of collaboration, partnership, building something together, and communicating in a way that is partnership, that is building each other up, that is building your connection. So really beautiful, and the 3 and the 9 add up to a 12. This 2019 adds up to a 12. So powerful energy of 3 and the Trinity and unity and oneness consciousness. And clarifying this, we had a few cards come up, lots of cards today. Well, the first one is the 9 of water, clarifying the energy of the union. So whatever this heart healing conversation is, it's going to bring wish fulfillment within the connection for both of the twins. Things turning out for the positive for both the feminine and the masculine. And then we have the 5 of fire. This is a card that is about overcoming differences. So I feel like whatever this conversation is, it may be addressing differences between the twins. Maybe there was something that happened in the past that was a result of differences. Maybe it was cultural differences, religious differences, differences in age, differences in values or economic background, status, whatever it was that was some kind of a difference that created conflict within the connection, that's being healed. That is what part of what twins are here to do, is to transcend differences. We are here to break down the old paradigms, right? So we are here to transcend and overcome differences, because the common denominator is the love. And it's being in that place of the unconditional love, where we are accepting our beloved for who they are completely, regardless of age or culture or economic status or whatever. Choosing to love them unconditionally. And then we have love. The masculine and the feminine together in peace and harmony. He is in his true divine masculine essence and his strength, and the feminine can rest within that. She can have trust and inner peace, knowing that she can have the strength of her masculine there. Like they look like they just exhausted themselves after having that really long conversation. Like now they're just like at peace, there's harmony, there's healing, there's love, there's building this new foundation on trust. They're just so at one and at peace with each other. So I love that. So beautiful messages here. What a powerful reading. So, wow. I'm going to shift gears a little bit and we will do a romance message. I use these Divine Love Letters books. They are available on Amazon. I think there are also Kindle versions if you prefer that. So what I did was I added up all of the numbers for the energy of the union cards, and I came up with number 68. So I've got volume 1 and volume 2. So I'm going to read letter number 68 in each book. So it says, I want to say, wow, just wow. You are sensational in every way, like an explosion to my senses, a piece of dynamite going off in my heart to wake me up. And wake me up you did, like every part of me blew open into tiny fragments, and I had to piece myself together to realize what had happened. I needed that. I needed you to come into my life and literally blow me up and give me the biggest lesson of my life. And that lesson is that I do have a heart, that I do want to give myself 110% completely to someone, to you. I don't want to live behind a glass box, never truly letting anyone in. Where is the fun in living if your life is in a box? I'm sick of that. I want to break free, and you showed me that it is possible. I am breaking out to be with you. You are my freedom, my little bird of freedom. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm just so blown away at how this resonates. Like everything that we've been talking about up to this point is about breaking free and liberating ourselves from being behind these masks. And the masculine especially, I just feel a lot of masculine energy with this card. Breaking free from all of the illusion that we thought was shiny and gold. It was just a facade. It was just an illusion. It wasn't real. It wasn't true. And the masculine and the feminine have both, in different ways, been wearing some version of a mask where they haven't been able to fully be in their authenticity, fully be comfortable in who they are with each other. And this is all being broken down, and we are taking off the masks, the masculine especially. He has been through a lot, and he's had some kind of an aha moment, an enlightenment, an awakening, that he has been stuck in these old energies, in this false self, and his twin has come in, or her twin has come in and just blown that to smithereens. And the universe has come in as well. Lots of help from the universe, right? So, again, the last couple sentences, where is the fun in living your life in a box? I am sick of that. I want to break free, and you showed me that it is possible. I am breaking out to be with you. You are my freedom. And this is the realization that the masculine, I feel especially, is coming into. And just like I was showing with the Archangel Michael card, he is going to not let anything stand in his way. And he is breaking free. And also with the attachment card, breaking free from those chains, taking off the mask. Okay, 68 in volume 2. So many things. I don't even know where to start or how to start. No words can really describe this whole experience and what meeting you has done to me, and literally turned my life upside down, and so I don't know whether I'm coming or going. The one thing that I do know is that all roads keep leading me back to you. No matter where I go or how far I go or what I do, I cannot get you out of my head. I have never felt like this about anyone. You are the only one that has had such a powerful impact on me, on my soul, on the very mechanics of what makes me tick. I've had to question everything, and all answers lead back to you. You are my soul. You are my light. You are the love of my life. Ah, I love that. No matter what is going on in the 3D, however lost we are on this journey, all roads lead back to each other. So true. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap up with advice and guidance from Spirit to help us move forward in our journeys. And again, I'm using Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. So I'm going to start with the Divine Masculine. And the advice and guidance for the masculine is no place like home. And I just absolutely love this. I think this is one of my all-time favorite cards in this deck. So I was so excited that this came up as the guidance and advice for the masculine. So I really feel like the masculine is breaking free from old energies, from old paradigms, from old thought patterns, old conditioning, and he is coming home, coming towards his feminine. So beautiful, beautiful energy here for the masculine. So I'm going to read the Oracle's message, the essential meaning of the card, and then I will read the relationship message. So, no place like home. The essential meanings of this card are authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. The Oracle's message is home feels safe and secure. It is a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and that you can call yours. This card signals that your ability, I just lost the page, hang on, that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself that no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here, in the house of your spirit and the divine. And the relationship message is lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be at home in this relationship. Together, you add to the love of the world. And that is such a truth for twin flames. We add to the love of the world. And this is just so perfect for the masculine. I kept seeing this Archangel Michael card in my mind's eye as I was reading that. And this is the masculine in his heart, in his emotional body, recognizing his divine feminine, his soul recognizing that his divine feminine is his home, and it is safe for him to be his true, authentic self with her. And he is ready to break free from all of those things that were blockages to him being able to just be his true self. These ideas of who he thought he was that were not true, that were based on conditioning or who he thought he should be to be loved and accepted. But now he's realizing he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. He can just be who he is. The very essence of his soul is lovable, and he can find safety and love and security within his connection with his feminine that he can't find anywhere else in the world. And he's recognizing that, whether it's on a soul level or a conscious level, there is that twin flame recognition is what I'm getting with this. So just absolutely beautiful. I love it. Okay, so let's see what the guidance is for the feminine. We have come to the edge. So the essential meanings of this card are courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting a risk. And the Oracle's message is, facing the unknown is the only choice that you really have right now if you want to progress. It is okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you prepare yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is with you, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not to your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar territory so that you may find miracles. And the relationship message says, it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you have kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It is important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take the leap of faith. You will be glad that you did. Take one step towards the gods, and they will deliver what you truly desire. So I feel like this is just so perfect for all of the cards that came up for the feminine, where she is seeking strength and she is connecting with her heart's true desires, connecting with spirit, trusting in the divine unfolding of things. And she is thinking about what she wants to create with her masculine, and Spirit is saying, go for it. And to really, in this conversation, speak what you need. Speak your heart's desires. Your masculine wants to hear that, and Spirit is asking you to have that courage, have that strength, and to take off that mask. Maybe there are things that you have wanted or needed or desired, but you've been afraid to say for fear of rejection or abandonment or whatever it was. And Spirit is saying to come to the edge, step outside of your comfort zone, speak your truth, share your vision. The vision starts with the inspiration and the thoughts, but then speaking it and giving it a voice and words, that brings it into the physical world. So that is a key step in the manifestation and the creation. So really powerful guidance for the feminine here. And I'm just noticing how she is surrounded by so many hearts as she is taking this leap of faith and coming to the edge. And just wearing this beautiful white flowing dress that is that symbol of purity with the white. And it's just so feminine, right? The feminine is all about going with the flow, not trying to control things. We're not creating through manipulating or controlling. We are being in our true feminine essence, and we are creating through receptivity and through our vision and through allowing and trusting all of those feminine qualities and going with the flow, and also coming to the edge and taking that risk, taking that leap of faith to just be ourself, take off the mask and be ourself. And I just think it's so beautiful. So that is the reading for this new moon in Capricorn, this first reading of 2019. I hope that it was helpful for you and gave you some clarity and guidance in your journey. Again, if you would like to purchase a reading or book a coaching session, I have information in the description box, or my website, twinsandunion.com. And yeah, I'm just sending you all so much love and light, and wishing you a great start to 2019. Take care.